Going live. You are now live. You are now live. You are now live. Okay. Live across the board. Let's see here. Where's my... Let me go and share. Said live. Copy link. Oh, save to playlist. That's handy dandy. Okay. And share into the Goddess Tribe on Telegram. Let me see here. Okay, and Okay, live on YouTube, IG and FB. Boom. Okay. All of that done. Welcome, goddesses, to... I joke, but I'm like the Rochelle Show. My name is Rochelle Richard. Pleased to meet you. Welcome, goddesses. I'd love for you to introduce yourself. Tell me where you're watching from, where you're catching the replay from. I'd love to know about you. You're why I show up every day. You're exactly why I show up every day. Oh, I gotta realize that covers that. Hello, Goddess Sybil. All right, so where I put that phone, that covers up. Hi. Okay. Wow. It's a wild ride we're all on right now, aren't we? Aren't we? We're on a little bit of a wild ride. We have all the energies of the collective, of this planet, of this world, and hello, full moon. I'm here, kind of thing, right? And whoo, yeah, very emotional a little bit, right? Having some little outburst moments, shall we say, whether it's crying or anger. We're purging a lot of shit. And that's why it's remembering and realizing that you are on a self-love empowerment journey. You are on a journey of looking for and finding your power through learning to love truly, wholly, unconditionally, that which is your self. All that is yourself. And it's a challenge, isn't it? Especially when you're on this twin flame journey, right? Right? Then you have to really see all the things that you might have thought you weren't going to have to look at. Maybe how you really talk to yourself. Do you know that that's one of the greatest challenges that I know I have faced in terms of loving myself, as well as what my clients tend to face? Because you see, we've been taught to loathe ourselves pretty much. We've been taught to criticize, condemn, judge, ridicule, undermine yourself every fucking step of the way, haven't you? And so it can feel as though you are rowing upstream, or you're white knuckling, trying to crawl out of this abyss. It can feel that way. But there are those moments when you just pause and you catch your breath and you remind yourself, because you have a choice to do this, you remind yourself, I am doing the best I can. Right, Goddess? Aren't you? Aren't you doing the best you can? Then tell yourself that. And start to be very aware when you tell yourself opposite things. Because you see, you are the one and only constant in your life, in this physical world. You are the one who is with you every moment, every second of every single day. You are the only one that can ever truly know you fully, completely, and therefore you are the only one who could ever truly, fully, wholly, completely love you, because again, you are the only one who could ever know all of you. And this is why this journey can feel so heavy, so excruciating, because it's realizing that you really haven't been you've not only not been your own best friend, but you've not even really been your friend. And one of the biggest places that we start with this is in how we talk to ourselves, how we treat ourselves. Because that is very much how you're going to show up out in the world. This is why practicing giving love to and receiving love from yourself is so vital to this journey. To really be showing up as you desire to show up in this world, right? To have this impact, to be a light for love in this world. But you have to be that. True love, it can only begin within, from where it expands outward to envelop, encompass, and embrace those around us. You see, then there's no need for someone else to fill you up, because you've filled you up. Therefore, you have no codependency for someone else to do for you what you are already and fully capable of doing for you. This is that twin flame journey as well. You want to talk about the lesson of detachment, of letting go, right? Because that's what detachment is. It's letting go. And it's excruciating, I know. It's excruciating. But that's when, again, you come back within and you keep soothing. You be your own best friend. You reparent yourself. This is why that inner child healing is so vital to this journey, this self-love empowerment journey. And of course, this twin flame journey, which is a self-love empowerment journey on steroids, I like to say, right? And that's what day 12 of the 17-day self-love empowerment challenge is about. And yeah, it's a self-love empowerment challenge. We do talk about the twin flames. Of course, we talk about that. It's sprinkled throughout. However, again, to reiterate, a twin flame journey is a self-love empowerment journey on steroids. Because if your twin is you, when you look at them, you're looking at you. Oh, I'm hearing that quote from who is that old actor who says, here's looking at you, kid. Who says that? I'd be curious to know. Who says that? Here's looking at you, kid. You know, I don't even know. I just, all of a sudden, that's what I got going on, right? So imagine, right? Your grown self, right? Saying that to your inner child. And, you know, that inner child being all, I'm seen. I'm so important. I matter. Right? Something so simple. Be like, I gotta do it again because that was fun. Here's looking at you, kid. You know, that little thing, right? So just visualize for a moment where you are. And saying that to that inner child that's kind of sitting over there being a little sheepish, not sure if she's being seen or heard. And you're just like, here's looking at you, kid. And that little inner child's going to be like, I'm so special. Because she is. Because you are. I'm here to tell you, sister, that what we often see as something so little, so finite, perhaps even unimportant to the ego, is something that can be so profoundly powerful and impactful for your inner child, for your true self. Oh, it's from Casablanca, but I can't remember the actor. Thank you so much, Goddess. I love that. It's from Casablanca. I don't even know if I've ever even seen that. I have to say, I was crazy enough. I was Gone with the Wind. That was my classic. Yeah. And of course, I've used the quote from Rhett Butler throughout my life a lot. Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. There's just some really damn good classic movie lines, right? And these are two of them, right? Here's looking at you, kid. Right? And then, frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. And that is that other side in terms of, I don't care what you think about me. What I think about me is what matters. Because I am the one and only person that knows all that I am, all that I've endured and overcome. Me. Nobody else. And yet we have been taught to put so much value on other people's opinions about ourselves. And so you end up growing up saying things like, I'm ugly, I'm fat, I'm not good enough, I'm stupid. Oh my goodness, I'm so blessed to be surrounded by such conscious and empowered mothers, single mothers, mind you, because it is, I got goosebumps. And we're all about, again, that conscious parenting, because I'm still, even though I don't have my own children, I'm still very much that parent figure in these children's lives. And, you know, standing beside these moms and helping to raise up these rainbow babies. I got, again, chills even on my chin. I'm like, oh my gosh. And, you know, when, especially the little boy, he's 4.5, he had some trauma with his dad. Things I would like to do to that man. Anyway, I digress. You know, he said, we were talking yesterday about the context of when to use stupid. And he had said something like, well, I'm stupid. And I said, no, you're not. No, we don't say those things. You don't say that about yourself because you're not. It's not true. So you don't say that. However, I'll tell you when you could say something like that, which is, I did something stupid, you could say. You know, I drove the wrong way down a one-way street. You know, that's kind of stupid. Just saying, right? So it's clarifying that context. It's that you're not stupid, so you did something that was stupid, but that's all right. You learned from it. So you can still classify something as stupid, but that does not mean you are. Don't ever take those labels on, and that's what we've all done, right? That's why we have all of this work to do, right? Mine, you know, as I've mentioned before, my biggest one being from, of course, my mother, was that I'm a mistake. And I took that on wholeheartedly when I was a young girl. And by the time I was 18, I was actually saying that I'm a cosmic joke. That I was actually breathing oxygen that I was not allowed to be breathing. I mean, that's what happens when we own things that are so out of alignment with who we truly are, that we develop this loathing for ourselves. And we're completely disconnected from our power because we are completely disconnected from our truth. And that's where you are. Is about coming back home to the truth of you. Underneath all those lies that were never you. We were never taught how to discern context of words and such. We weren't taught that. That again, the thing might have been stupid, like, you know, again, what I don't flushing something down the toilet that doesn't go. And then it's like, well, okay, that was stupid. But all right, next. Right? Instead of taking that on and saying, oh, I did something stupid, so that makes me stupid. No. But we weren't taught that. And so now here we are as adults having to completely reparent ourselves. So we are the shift. That's why it's, goddesses, that's why this feels so fucking hard. And those who know me know I do not use the words hard, difficult, or even the word struggle. Allow yourself for a moment to actually feel those words. They're very heavy, aren't they? They don't feel very good, do they? No. No. At least not in my world, right? And you can replace all three of those with one word, perhaps different verb forms, with challenge. Right? This is a part of that retraining your mind, right? Challenge. Challenge. You clarify as being defined as simply an opportunity for growth. And so then whenever you say, oh, it's so fucking challenging, it's like, oh, it's like it's far more empowering, right? It's that space of going, I'm being presented with an opportunity to grow. It's not there to beat you down to, like, again, I'm stupid, I'm terrible, I'm ugly, I'm a mistake. No. Everything that happens is for you to grow. But again, we have to unlearn what we've learned and learn what we're learning. Isn't that grand, right? And so again, we do this by starting at the most fundamental. How many, by show of hands, have looked in the mirror and said something that was not nice about yourself and or to yourself? And I'm going to hold that, and y'all let me know who are on here live. I need a little tissue. Even though it's winter months, allergies, here in the desert, we have 4 allergy seasons, not 4 weather seasons, for real. Yes. So yes, I'll own it. I have definitely said horrible things to myself throughout my life in the mirror. Woo! Like, not just about myself, but to myself. So you can imagine how not cool that was in the sense of what that then created for me in my experience. Whereas when you decide to actually speak lovingly to yourself, speak in support of yourself. I mean, let's look for a minute. How challenging is your life? How do you feel when you talk to yourself in a negative way? How does it feel? It doesn't feel very good, does it? Right? And you're being asked to be aware of that. That is what today's challenge day is about. And for those who may be catching the replay are like, what challenge? Yep, I will put the links in all the corresponding places on all the, because I'm simulcasting here, live stream simulcast, I love it. I will put that link down below. You can access it pretty easily at my website, empowermentexperiences.com. It takes you to a page with all of my links. I don't do Linktree or nothing like that. My landing page on my website is all of the links through all the ways that I can serve and support you. So definitely go sign up for the challenge if you haven't done it already. You will get a twin flame confirmation checklist, just because I know we're all looking for that, and I share my perspective on that and what my experience has been. That is why we go from the checklist into the challenge, because I know for certain from firsthand experience that if you're looking for that confirmation, you are definitely looking for empowerment. You are looking to feel empowered in your own knowing on your twin flame journey, which is what? A self-love empowerment journey on steroids. Okay? All right. So sign up for that. And imagine what could happen if not only, because here's the kicker. You have to be very aware and stop watering the weeds. Be very aware of when you are speaking against yourself. When you're speaking unkindly to yourself. Because I'm here to tell you, sister, you can be over here doing the self-love mirror practice that is in the challenge for today. You can be over here doing your affirmations. But if you are still feeding this monster over here, this is pointless. And let me explain why. What you feed is what grows. And if you're cultivating, so visualize with me, right? You have a garden that you're working to grow that is your true self, that you're planting all of these seeds, what you want to manifest, what you want to create for your life. But you still got all these weeds that you're just like, oh, it's too much work. Oh, it's out of control. Oh, well, of course I did whatever. Well, and this is nurtured, these weeds are nurtured by, oh, I fucked up, I'm a horrible person, of course I would make that mistake because I am a mistake. I mean, y'all, you should know that. That was one of my freaking fuck with me things that my own mind came up with is way back when, is that, of course I would make a mistake because that's just what mistakes do. That's what happens when you allow for the weeds to get out of control. They end up infesting the garden. So all of this work you're doing over here, this is, what's the word? It's invasive. Your weeds are invasive in your garden. That you want to cultivate so much that there's a part of you that believes you're worthy. That little sliver, that little glimmer of hope that believes you're worthy. And you're like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do my affirmations. And I'm going to work really hard and be nice to myself and love myself. And I'm doing this. But the next thing you know, oh my God, of course I just fucking hate it. Of course I would fuck up. Of course I would do this. I'm so horrible. Or, oh, my ass is flabby and oh, look, I got, what flaps going on. Raise the flaps, right? It's being very aware that any time that you are talking against yourself, even in a joking fashion, your body doesn't know the difference. So again, I reiterate, goddesses, as powerful as the practices are in today's challenge of, again, the self-love mirror work and the affirmations, if you are not taking care of, shall we say, if you're not clearing the weeds, then they will invade and corrupt your garden. So remember, I do, especially when we accept blame and shame for something we do or did. Yeah. Right? But it's in fact, I want to point out there, I'm glad you phrased it that way, Goddess Sybil. You're not accepting blame in the sense of it's not yours to own. Blame? Mm-mm. Instead, it's recognizing your responsibility in your role to heal this. To realize that, as a soul being, I came into this world to experience certain things so that I can be very prepared for my mission. We are moving into a new earth where you can't just go read a book and all of a sudden here's a piece of paper, you take a test and you're qualified. We're moving into an authentic earth realm where words don't teach, only life experience gives that depth of understanding that then really truly empowers you to guide others into and through whatever you're here to guide through. Because you know what it's like. You know. Because you've fucking been there. You've walked that walk and you have lived to tell the tale. Like me. Y'all wouldn't believe this, what my life has been. Raped, gang raped, assaulted, domestic abuse, drug dealer, pimp, arrested. I still have moments where I'm like, really, that was my life? Yeah. But it just shows that you can get yourself out of anything. But you've got to be the one to believe in you. And I know sometimes that is so challenging to do. So challenging, but that's why it's a challenge. Because you're being gifted this opportunity to grow in that. To grow in loving yourself. That's why it's so challenging. Because that is the ultimate objective of your journey here. Because when you truly cultivate that love for yourself, and you go showing up in the world, and you have that vibration that you're putting out, and you're shining your light, and you're like, I got this shit, I'm feeling good, I'm confident, I'm loving it, I'm loving me, let's do this thing, we doing it together, let's go, right? I got a thing with that right word. I'm like, check. But that's it. And what's going to happen? What happens, goddesses? What happens when you go out and you're around people, but you're in that good energy? Do you know how often when I go out and I'm in this space, I've done that energetic work and I go out into the world and it's just, people are just like smiling at me and laughing. They're like, oh my gosh, you're funny. Oh my gosh, I'm so... Thank you for cheering me up. Thank you for being a light. You get all of that just by showing up from a place of love and joy within yourself. Leading by example. Because you see, just as no one can reach inside of you unless you give them power over you, you do not have the power to reach inside someone else and determine how they feel. Now, they, again, can give their power to you and say, oh, but you made me feel this way. No, right? That's where we are, is in this reclaiming our power from this, saying, you don't make me to feel nothing. I choose how I feel. I choose how I perceive my experience. I choose how I interpret what you're saying. I choose. And that is why when empowerment experiences first started, I have which I used to do my lives over in front of the window. It was when I had that background, my curtains. I love my green, in case you can't tell. And I had green curtains. I didn't have my tapestries yet. So now I do. But I have this board that still hangs. And originally it just said my company name, Empowerment Experiences. And again, this is that going and growing journey, and even especially as entrepreneurs, and like I like to call ourselves life guides, right? I'm weird about life coach. I'm considered a life coach. However, I prefer to say that I guide you. You're the one who does the work, but I kind of show you the way a little bit. I illuminate that path for you, but you are the one who chooses what's best for you. And that is exactly why in that journey, it went from saying empowerment experiences to saying, I choose. And that's still the phrase that's on that board. I choose. I choose how I feel. I choose how I show up. I choose what I think, believe about myself, this experience. I choose. My body, my choice. I choose. If I want to eat unhealthy instead of healthy, I still choose. But that's the thing. is, yeah, you choose. You choose what is best for you, and I recommend that you choose the things that still align you with the outcome that you want. Because regardless, you're choosing. Every moment you're choosing. And I know the ego wants to fall into that place and go, but it wasn't my fault. I have that. I have that. Right? I could sit here and as much as, believe me, my ego still wants to blame my mother. We still have moments where I do that. And it's like, no. I choose. I choose to let go of this. I choose to express this, to release this, to transmute this, to continue to letting go of what's weighing me down and continue rising and thriving on my journey. Because my journey is not my mother's journey. It never was. It never will be. It is mine, just as your journey is your journey. It's never been anybody else's, and it never will be, because it's not supposed to be. And this is why, all the way back to this place of you and your knowing. You and your knowing. And my role as your coach, as your guide, is to support you in you connecting with your knowing. To choose the path that's best for you. However, if you, again, back to today's challenge day, if you are believing you don't deserve it, if you're believing you're not worthy, if you are believing that nothing works out for you, then that's what you will experience. And it's not going to turn out the way you want. So, the 2 parts to today's challenge. Be aware of the crap that you're putting into that weed, I don't know the weed waste. So we'll call it the little weed waste over here, because that's what it is. It's waste. It's garbage. So all the garbage that you're speaking to yourself, that's what these weeds are thriving on. So stop. Stop speaking against yourself. Stop speaking ill about yourself. Stop speaking unkindly to yourself. And especially that looking in the mirror at yourself. Start speaking kindly to yourself, about yourself, in that mirror. And realize, when you do, not if, when, you do speak unkindly about yourself along this journey, allow yourself to see. Realize this is just information. I get to choose whether or not I'm going to beat up on myself or say, "Ah, I see you." No more talking bad about myself, right? So choose to not beat yourself up and to rather say, "Oh, so why are we saying this? Why would you say that about yourself? And where does that come from?" Most likely, it will be a parental figure of some kind in your life, even perhaps a teacher, a religious leader, you don't know, until you ask yourself the question. And then you'll realize, just as I said at the very beginning of this video, that that's not your shit. So dump it. And stop speaking. Because when we continue to speak things from people who didn't have your best interest at heart, from people who didn't speak kindly to you, about you, didn't teach you to stand in your power and truly love yourself, don't continue to give them your power by continuing to tell their bullshit story about you. Again, stop watering the weeds. That is the most important step of this self-love. And then bit by bit, filter in the good shit. That's why I like the phrase, inhale the good shit, exhale the bad shit. Because that's what you're doing. You're releasing the bad, and you're bringing in the good. And you're expanding that. I could go on all day, I'm sure, because I'm really loving this space, this energy. Train! With that, remember, toot toot your horn, goddess. Toot toot your horn, because it's your life, your journey, and you get to describe yourself. You get to show up however you desire. And who or what anybody else told you before, you choose who you are. So that's the little mantra moving forward. I want you to start saying, I choose. I choose. I choose. I choose what I give my attention to. I choose who I spend my time and energy with. I choose what I am giving my energy to. I choose. And I choose to stop watering the weeds. And I'm choosing to grow my garden. So, I challenge you today, goddess, to start to be very aware when you are talking against yourself. And it's going to be subtle all the way to very blatantly obvious. But this is that journey of becoming conscious. This is that journey of expanding consciousness. It's through increasing that awareness more and more and more and more. Okay. Remember, there is a giveaway for accountability activities for the challenge. It's most important, though, that you just do the challenge. Because I didn't spend weeks on it for nothing. It's not just, yeah, pretty powerful stuff in there. All right. With that, I will be back Thursday morning live. I go live on my platforms here, which is YouTube, Instagram, and my Facebook page, Healing Twin Flames. I go live Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So I am not live on Sundays and Wednesdays. All right. So I will see you back here live Thursday morning on all of my platforms. For those who may be new, I do have a free goddess tribe on Telegram. We're still growing. We're still going and growing, finding our way, finding our voice, so to speak, on that platform. It is different. I've only previously, until a couple months ago, when I was divinely led to create this group on Telegram, because I'm not a Facebook group girl anymore, just Facebook now. Telegram I was using for my paid coaching clients 2 years before. I was like, wait a minute, I really would prefer to have my group on Telegram, because I was that person when Instagram and Facebook went out both times. I couldn't access nothing. Telegram, I've never had that issue before. Never. In all the years I've been using Telegram. So come join the free goddess tribe on Telegram. It is part of the challenge as well, where you post accountability activities in the group. I'm a couple days behind on posting my own in the group, getting to that. Again, so much going on. So, but come join the tribe, make connections, realize that you are not alone in this journey, goddesses. This is also a place for you to work through things if you would like. You don't really have anywhere else to express yourself. No one to talk to about this twin flame journey. You feel all alone, because we did that on purpose. We did that on purpose. To realize, though, that you're not alone on this journey. And that's exactly why I was led to create that group. Okay? With that, and every email is linked to the group. So it's really easy for you to get into the goddess tribe. All right, I've made it super, super easy. In fact, it's also linked straight to the Telegram on my links page at empowermentexperiences.com. All right. So with that, go make it a great day, goddesses. Because guess what? That power, it's in your hands. It is, it is. You choose. That's a fun little image. You choose. All right, so remind yourself today, I choose, I choose, I choose. What would you like to be experiencing? How would you like to be feeling? What would you like to be being attracted into your world? What would you like being mirrored back in your twin flame connection? All these things begins within you. Because why? The power that's been in your hands, the power that is in your hands, it's always been inside you. Everything you're looking for, goddess, it's inside you. With that, my name is Rochelle. Thank you again for joining me today. I appreciate each and every one of you. We are in this together. Go team! And I will see you back here Thursday morning. YouTube, Instagram, both of my pages on Instagram, Healing Twin Flames and Empowerment Experiences. I have decided I am going live on both. And then, of course, my Facebook page, Healing Twin Flames. And I will see you all back, right in YouTube at Empowerment Experiences. I will see you all back here Thursday morning. Go create amazing. I love you. I do. I'll see you soon.